Welcome to Sports Talk, Coast to Coast. Let's start with your fakers. Are they going to trade for John Wall or what?
Yeah, we need to get Russell Westbrook up out of here. We need to get Russell. I don't agree with Skip Bayless, but Russell Westbrook, that dude ain't doing nothing for us right now. I mean, what superstar that you know is getting paid top 6 as a salary in the NBA and has to get benched in the fourth quarter? Has to get benched in overtime because you can't trust him. What superstar do you know like that? Heck, this dude was 1 for 10 in the game before he played Milwaukee. 1 for 10.
According to OJ, trading for John Wall, you're not making the situation much better. I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what he said.
John Wall can make more buckets than that now. John Wall, I think, averages 15. He's averaging 15. I think Russ is averaging 18, but that is declining fast.
Russell Westbrook has played twice as much as John Wall has in the last couple of years, based on the fact that he didn't play in the bubble and he be playing hurt. So, wouldn't you think that there's more miles on his speedometer, for lack of a better term, to maybe give the Lakers a push down this stretch?
I mean, technically you would say yeah, but he ain't doing nothing for Houston.
Maybe he don't like being in Houston. Who likes being in Houston? You see Westbrook left. You see Harden left.
Nah, Harden left because of John Wall. He didn't want to be a part of no rebuild.
How you say he left because of John Wall and he didn't even play with him? He didn't even give it a chance.
Yeah, he did. He did play. You talking about when he was fat? He came back and he balled a couple games and he said, "Nah, I can't do this." And
OJ, a couple games. Yeah. We had already said at the beginning of the year that you got to play together for a while to get some chemistry, and you gonna say he played a couple of games and that was enough?
That was enough for him. He said, "I don't want to do that. Trade me."
He's sitting out because of a disagreement with the Rockets right now. That's why he hasn't played.
But guess what? He's still getting paid. Ain't that right, Deshaun Watson?
Yeah, because he signed that contract. They obligated to pay him.
So, OJ, then what would you do in this situation if you got a receding Russell Westbrook and you need to do something, you need to move your piece?
First of all, I wouldn't put myself in that situation. They knew what they was
doing. Man, don't start with that. Answer the question, Michael Vick. That's great. Oh, shit.
All they can do okay, like I was trying to say, all they can do now is just trying to find somebody that will take Russ off their hands, which the way he playing right now would be no one. So they got to sit with what they got until to the end of the season. They stuck.
Well, the Rockets said that they would. The Rockets are saying maybe they do a trade.
Why would they do that and they got rid of him in the first place to send him to Washington? That don't make no sense. Well, the bottom line is the Fakers got less than 24 hours to make a move. If not, LeBron already said it himself that the roster as it stands right now is not good enough to make a push. I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what he said. He said, we ain't got the right stuff in place. He said, dude was like, I forgot what he asked him, and LeBron was like, you could ask me that question before the game, and I'd have gave you the same answer.
And he said, do you want to elaborate? You want me to elaborate on that?
He sure did. All right, let's talk about this trade that you put in the chat about the 76ers and the Nets. I wouldn't give, Patty Mills is a good player, but I would not give up a younger Seth Curry for him.
If you want to win now, though, I mean, if you want to win now, I mean, how long is Joel Embiid going to still go?
Joel Embiid, he's only been in the league 5 years, and then you got Seth, and then you got Maxey, who's up and coming. And then, you got some other pieces there that's some role
But
players.
it's just not enough. It's not enough to beat Brooklyn, and it's not enough.
And you think Patty Mills with James Harden, who got a lot of miles on his speedometer, is the answer? I don't think Harden being on another team is gonna do it. And you said it yourself in the past. Harden is a Peyton Manning of the NBA. He'll put up all them numbers in the regular season, but come to the playoff, he chokes. He doesn't show up.
Yeah, that's true. What Joel Embiid does, and it's better than having. Look, man, I ain't just saying he the end all be all, but anything's better than Ben Simmons right now.
I guess because he ain't even playing.
Get this dude up out of here. He's not finna play. Goodness gracious, what are we doing? I'm like, yes, just give me James Harden. Ben Simmons straight up. I just want him.
That's what I'm saying. Don't give up nobody else. It's James Harden, Ben Simmons straight up. That's what I've been saying all year.
Yeah, I do that. I definitely do that. But
I would do that right now because James Harden obviously don't want to be there.
The 76ers don't want to do that. They want way more assets for Ben Simmons.
They need to quit. They need to just quit and do trade for trade. You're not even getting nothing from Ben Simmons right now. At least you'll have Harden on the floor, not faking a hamstring injury because they want you to trade him. We know you faking Harden, so stop playing. We know you ain't hurt. It looks like New Orleans and Portland trying to prepare for next year because the moves that the players that Portland picked up is not the future. I'm sorry.
This is up.
The 76ers know something we don't, obviously.
Right.
But, I mean, maybe they think they can move Ben Simmons in the offseason, and just let Embiid, win the MVP and whatever. I don't know. I really don't know what, I forgot the GM name over there. It's a big name dude, but I don't know what he's thinking. All right. Let's talk a little football, I guess. We'll come back to this probably later if there's anything come across the wire. Oh, Tony. Skip Bayless, somebody's opinion that I just don't give a damn about, but he claims that Aaron Donald is the best defensive player of all time.
All time.
I mean, there's a lot of names that he's passing over here, like Reggie White,
Lawrence Taylor,
Lawrence Taylor,
Warren Sapp.
Yep.
So.
Everybody has their own opinion, but he probably didn't purpose it that way, did he? So I think he's smoking one. He is smoking a big fatty. I don't know what ganja he got a hold of, but he is off his rockers on that. There's so many other great defenders that you just passed over.
And let's not even forget about your boy, Tony, that you used to use all the time on Madden, Derek Thomas from Kansas City.
That's right. Sack King on Tecmo Bowl. On Madden, too.
All right, OJ, you a defensive player. What you think?
I think he's a good player, but to say go out and say greatest ever, I don't. I mean, it's too many Hall of Famers that's that you're going over, like Deacon Jones, and then you got Chris Doman for the Vikings.
Yeah.
I forgot the other D tackle.
Terrell Suggs.
Yep.
Alan Page was a mug too back in the day.
Alan Page, yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's too many people to count, man.
The biggest problem I have with this, Eric, is he's talking about greatest player of all time. I know he's been in the league for a few years, and we just mentioned a bunch of Hall of Famers and some people that will be in the Hall of Fame. And I know some talk shows say that this shouldn't matter, but the fact that he doesn't even have a ring yet, how can you even put him in that category? Because most people want to look at how many rings did he win. So that's the biggest problem that I have with this, is the consensus, because most sports writers and stuff like, oh, he got this many rings, so that makes he ain't got none. So
When was
all right,
Warren
Quill, this
Sapp?
next one is for you. Should Aaron Rodgers go to the Titans?
What's the contract for the current quarterback?
That wasn't the question, Michael Vick.
Hey, I'm just saying.
The question was, should Aaron Rodgers go to the Titans?
For one, shut up. Second off, who knows if the contract isn't right, then he can't move him. So we got to make sure the contract is good. It might not be a suitable spot. Broncos is a suitable spot. These other teams are suitable spots. So you got to be able to
figure
move
that though? Because I'm pretty sure that
I'd say
Tannehill
yes,
gets paid.
because they got Derrick Henry.
I'm pretty sure that Tannehill got a contract that could not match up with Rodgers, but kind of take some cap room so Rodgers could fit under.
You think they're gonna waive Tannehill?
I maybe not waive, but maybe they would do trade up and then Packers would cut him or trade him for a draft pick or something. I don't know.
But should he go for the Titans? Go to the Titans? I don't know if is the receiver. I don't know. Probably not. If the receivers I don't think his receivers are as good over there, right?
He got Julio Jones, but that's about it. OJ would know more about the receivers than I would.
Yeah, what's the receivers over there, OJ?
You got I think the Brown kid. I think his last name is Brown. AJ Brown. Yeah, you got him and Julio Jones.
And they couldn't get it done. And Tannehill couldn't get it done with those two receivers. Like I said, he lost the game. They had it won. He lost it for him. But then the general manager doubled down and said that he's not going to let Tannehill go. You don't know where Rodgers might end up, but we're keeping Tannehill. So I don't know where all this noise is coming from. Is what he said.
Rumors, speculation. You know how it goes. But Tony, based on the young competition in AFC, should Rodgers even think about going to the NFC? Because he probably got a good 2-3 years left in him, unless he's doing the Tom Brady thing and maybe could play another 7 years. But all the young guns are over in the AFC. You got Joe Burrow. You got Patrick Mahomes. You got Justin Herbert. You got Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and that's only 6 or 7 of them. There's a couple of them that I'm missing. So, I mean, would you want to go through all that just to?
Yeah, it's going to be an AFC shootout. I mean, it's going to be a straight shootout, and you're at the end of your career, all years of your career. Why would you want to go into all of that? All these buzzsaws. It's going to be a struggle for anybody coming to the AFC because it's going to be a straight knockout, drug out fight.
And I didn't even mention Trevor Lawrence down in Jacksonville and Deshaun Watson. We don't know where he's going to end up next year. So, yeah.
NFC is wide open, man. I mean, it's wide open. You would think he'd want to kind of pick that side of the fence.
Yeah, I'd stay in the NFC. Personally. Mm-hmm. I can't think of 3 quarterbacks besides Rodgers.
Russell Wilson.
Yes, Jameis
Russell Wilson. Yeah.
And then you got
Jameis Winston.
Well, he'll be a free agent, so I don't even know if he'll coming back to New Orleans.
He going to New York to save that. He going to the Giants to save that team.
But you got Tyler. Kyler. But who knows if
you mean that? Hold up.
You mean the Arizona quarterback that just flopped?
Yeah, no.
He didn't flop. What are you going to do when you don't have an offensive line?
True.
Right. True.
But the point I was about to bring up, OJ, is you talking about Kyler Murray, who is the Anthony Davis of the NFL. He always getting hurt.
That's because he's a little dude, man. He can't be taking all that punishment.
I don't want to hear that. So that's no I don't want to hear that. Doug Flutie was only 5'9" and he was successful. And he didn't get hurt like that.
Yep.
Drew Brees. Drew Brees is small.
Brees.
Yep, Drew Brees wasn't no tall. Yeah. Drew Brees wasn't a big boy either.
No.
Russell Wilson.
Who do you know how to run? He didn't have no offensive line though, but he know how to maneuver around that.
So basically, you're saying that Kyler Murray don't know how to do that.
I'm saying he knows how to run, but he can't take them hits. I mean, his body frame.
You can't have it both ways, OJ. Either he know how to maneuver or he don't. It ain't about getting hit. It's part of the game. It's football.
It takes a toll on your body, and his body ain't built for that. Is what I'm saying. He
only been in the NFL 2 years. I don't want to hear it. 3 years, whatever it's been. But still, it's part of the game. Don't lace him up if you can't take the hit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear that excuse. Go on somewhere with that. My next thing, and this is a touchy subject. We all know this racism thing that we got going on. The lawsuit that was filed by Brian Flores, is that his name right there?
Flores, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
OJ, well,
yeah.
Tony, where are you at with this one? Because we only got one black head coach as it stands. No black owners. And I don't even know. I mean, Lovie Smith just got hired by the Texans, which, I mean, I don't even know if I would have took that job, but, you know, to each their own. The NFL is 70% black, but we got now 2 black head coaches. I mean, I know the owners are allowed to do what they want with their own money, but at the same time, we got to get some kind of diversity here, and there's qualified black head coaches out there that could be having these jobs.
Yeah, that's a tough one, man. Shoot. I mean, I don't know all the particulars about that, but I do remember seeing some stuff about, I know that the situation with Bill Belichick mistakenly texting him, thinking it was the other coach, and then kind of coming out. I was like, ouch, that's a bad. And I was like, oh shoot. So, but we all know that racism exists. We know this stuff happens every day, all the time, and it's not a good look for the NFL. I don't know how they're gonna solve this one, but it ain't what you know always, it's what you can prove. And I mean, I don't know if I know enough about what's going on there to really give a true opinion, but yeah, I don't know. It seems kind of it's messed up though. It's just messed up. Now, as to why, if he was discriminated against because of that, well, I don't know. It's going to be kind of hard to prove unless you got some smoking gun.
Well, according to the report, Quell, Flores says in his 53-page lawsuit that most teams interview black coaches already knowing who they're going to hire. They just wanted to fill the check boxes or the requirements to be able to hire anybody they want to. And I think a couple of black coaches backed him up on that.
Yeah, they just checking the boxes. It's the same thing when they should put the, what is that thing where, what's the rule? You have to hire, you have to have a number of, huh? They have the Rooney rule in place, but affirmative action is what I'm talking.
Oh, that part, yeah.
The Rooney rule is, for lack of a better term, and I'll take care of this later, but the Rooney rule is some bullshit, because the bottom line is,
yeah, it is.
The bottom line is they're just checking the boxes so they can hire who they want to, and that's another part that was in his report. He said that they interview black coaches, and some of the times the people that were doing the interviews were late because they already knew that they were going to hire who they were going to hire. They were just interviewing because they wanted to follow protocol. Period.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't understand that too. I mean, I understand it's sort of a good old boys club to agree, but like, don't you want to win the games? It almost seems like a lot of the owners are content with mediocrity. They just want to stay, afloat. Like the Washington owner, he never wants to win. He don't want to win. He just, it's just a game to them. It's just something that they, can spend their money on and get money back, and not really, push the franchise into a direction of a winning. I don't.
Are you speaking to the structure of the NFL and that they have that?
I'm just speaking to the owners, period. There's some owners that just don't care about winning. The Cavs owner was like that. To go back to the NBA, the Cavs owner was kind of like, we're going to build a team, but it's not that big a deal. Like as long as we fill the seats, we don't need to be, this star franchise.
Of course, because as long as he's putting butts in the seats, his bottom line is going to look just fine.
Mm-hmm.
OJ alluded to this before you came on, and he basically was saying, because I was half joking but half serious, and said, if Roger Goodell ain't getting the job done and making sure we have black coaches and diversity in NFL, then maybe we need to get us a black commissioner. And OJ, says a lot of zealous stuff, but he has a point when he says that Roger Goodell works for the owners because he can't tell them what to do with their money.
Right. That's what it always boils down to. They're all private entities, and they all just kind of shake hands at the end of the day, saying like, "We're gonna do this. This is how we're gonna play. This is how we're gonna do things. Gentlemen's agreement." And that's why, I never understood people being mad about players taking, advantage of that, because owners will do it all the time. They'll just, brush a guy off. It doesn't even matter, and trade them, no matter how much you mean to the team.
OJ, do you think Flores ever get another coaching job after all this blows over?
He's young enough, so I would say eventually, yeah. But realistically, nah. I think he's just gonna be a martyr for the cause.
Mm-hmm.
But don't you think that would
Y'all think there's gonna be a Kaepernick situation though, where he gets blackballed?
That's what I was thinking.
I'm thinking, it's gonna be like
Of course.
everybody keeps referring to like Kurt Flood. I mean, he's the whole reason why there is free agency. He was in baseball, but it happened when it happened. In all sports, the floodgates open. Everybody benefited for that except for him, and that's gonna be the same way with this.
I don't know. I like you just said, he's young enough, number one, and if all his claims are true, how can you deny him a job based on the fact that he's the one who put you on Front Street to begin with? If I was an owner, I mean, I'm not, but if I was an owner and this junk came out to be true, I'd hire him just because. Number one, he's a good coach. It ain't like he's a scrub. He had a winning season. He won his last 8 of 9 games down in Miami, and you fire him?
It kills the narrative. So, like, the biggest thing with Kaepernick is when he took a knee, they were like, "Oh, you have a job." So, What are you really standing for? Like, you're doing all of these extra stuff, but you still have a job. Now, this man doesn't have a job, and it would have killed that. It would have killed all of that noise. All of this noise that he's making with the, even though I believe it's true, it would have shut a lot of it down because he had a job. If you would have hired him, they would have been like, "Oh, well, no, there's no racism here. Look, oh, no, there's no racism. We got a job. He's got a job. Now we got 2 black coaches,
But like you said, or Tony said, one of y'all, racism is here every day, and unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about it. And like OJ said,
it's been here for years.
There's money. The owners have their money, and they can do with what they want to. The bottom line is, they don't care as long as they get in season. Some people care about championships. Some people just care about making money. So, OJ, if the Rams win, they look like a genius. But if Cincinnati wins, it looks like the draft works. Which one are you willing to go with?
Well, the Rams aren't doing anything new. I mean, several teams in the past, this was their motto: get the stars that are current and win that way. Trade away your future for winning today, basically. So if the Rams win, then their philosophy works, and it was all justified because they don't have another pick until 2024, right?
People trying to give, specifically OJ, trying to give the Rams credit for getting Stafford, trading away their picks, making these moves to get Von Miller. But everybody's forgetting the one wild card here that if it hadn't happened, they wouldn't be in the position that they in. So you know who we gonna blame if the Rams win the Super Bowl? We blaming the damn Cleveland Browns. Because if they had never cut Odell.
I was going to say Baker Mayfield. I was going to say Baker Mayfield strike again.
if they win this Super Bowl, they got the Cleveland Browns and Baker Mayfield to thank. Because Odell Beckham would not be on that team if they hadn't cut him. And that other receiver got hurt. Cooper Kupp would be all they would have on offense right now. Plus a little bit of a running game. So,
and then that's
the wild card. That wild card fell in their lap, so people are forgetting that.
Not forgetting that. But, that just enhanced our chances of winning because we're in that win now mode. And he chose us, because everybody put in their bid and that time elapsed. And so then it was his choice. And he said it came down to Kansas City, Green Bay, and LA.
I don't care who it came down to. The bottom line is if Cleveland had never cut them, the Rams wouldn't be in the position that they're in. Now, are they fortunate of the situation? Of course they are. You win some, you lose some. That's why I'm rooting for Cincinnati in this, because I want the Rams to shut up and sit down and say, okay, we didn't do it the right way anyways. We had some bad breaks along the way, but we just didn't get it done. So that's one of my main reasons for rooting for Cincinnati, and I don't like Stafford. But that's neither here nor there. So
none of y'all like Stafford, but he going to have last laugh.
Nope. And you know who he need to be thanking if he get this ring.
Cooper Kupp.
And he better get a replica of a Super Bowl ring and mail it to Calvin Johnson, because if it wasn't for him, he wouldn't have all them numbers.
I ain't gonna take away this quote because I bet you Stafford ain't doing nothing next year, OJ. They gave up too much. The Rams gave up too much for Stafford.
If they win a Super Bowl, it's all justified.
No, it ain't. One ring does not justify that. No, it ain't. I don't give up 2 firsts or 3. I don't give up 3 picks for one person and only win
and
one
a quarterback.
Ring. No,
not even
no.
Even though a quarterback's not that good, you gave up your starting quarterback and draft picks. That's a difference. It wasn't like he was a backup
that's how
either.
much they paid Jared Goff.
Hold on, it ain't even about the salary, OJ. Hold on, Tony. If Stafford only wins 1 ring, does that trade justify itself? I just want to know.
It's a start.
It's a start.
It's a start. I would imagine as an owner though. I mean, yeah, that's a good start. But I would imagine you want to get more out of giving up all that you have. You want to get more than just 1 ring. You would probably like a couple bites at the apple before everything goes.
If they get 2, yeah, I say it's justified.
Yeah.
Not
2
1, though. 1 doesn't do it.
Not 1, right. 1 doesn't justify that.
You almost gave up the farm if you just go 1 and done.
It's funny that you say that because a lot of people say they did give up the farm. Not almost.
Just think about this. Just put it like this. Aaron Rodgers got 1. The Packers not giving him up, years ago or any time in this, in the past 10 years. Was it worth them keeping him this whole time?
It doesn't look like it. It does not look like
that answers the question right there.
And what if Patrick Mahomes never wins another ring, OJ? Was that worth what they did?
He's so young. He's supposed to win another one.
OJ, that wasn't the question, Michael Vick. I said if he doesn't win another one.
But if he never wins another one, then no. I mean, they missed and everybody else missed on Mahomes too.
So how is that any different than what we just asked about Stafford not getting? You saying Stafford is just 1 is enough? How's that any different?
Because Stafford is old. He might retire after this year. Who knows?
Got a damn excuse for everything. Shut up. OJ, just shut. Number 1, he's not old. He's only 33. Tom Brady's 45 and finally hung it up.
We're not even talking about Brady. Brady is supernatural or something. Most people retire around 33, 35, and up in there.
Well, Aaron Rodgers is 38, so.
Yeah, see? It's all because of all these lax rules.
Anyway, I'm tired of talking about your boy Matthew Stafford. Anyway, I know Tony wasn't. Is anybody else surprised that Tom Brady said forget it?
Nope.
I'm a bit surprised, actually.
I actually wanted him.
He said never say never.
He should have did it last year.
I wanted him to retire and sit out this year, come back next year, go to San Francisco, and win 2 more rings. That's what I want him to do.
Oh,
But the thing is, why would you retire right now when all of these, the AFC is looking pretty ugly next year?
Because he had to give
I mean,
he got to give Giselle that quality time, hang out with her for a year, so he can get on her nerves, and she says, you know what, you need to go back to that field because I'm tired of you hanging around me right now. No, but and I was kind of salty, but not like he needed it. But I was like, hey Tom, Friday they would have gave you $15 million. You could just mail me that check, and then you could have retired. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I do respect him for doing that right after the season and not prolonging it so the Bucks could make moves.
Exactly.
You lucky, OJ, because the Bucks could be in a bad spot.
Hey, OJ, y'all could end up with Aaron Rodgers.
We could.
That's true.
We could. I mean, that's why we
him and Devontae Adams coming to South Florida. Before we talk about basketball again, I wanted to talk to you, OJ, about all these moves that the Rams made. Is this going to be one and done for them anyway? Because all the superstardom they got on this team, they got to be over the cap next year. I mean, because everybody's salary goes up, not down. I mean, OBJ will be a free agent, but then you got Cooper Kupp. I'm pretty sure his rookie contract is almost up. Matthew Stafford, ain't no telling how much he's due next year. Then you got Aaron Donald, Von Miller, and a couple other pieces on that defense. So, I mean, what's their salary cap going to be looking like next year? And I'm pretty sure Matthew Stafford is probably making close to $40 million next year. Quill, look it up. And what about Von Miller and Aaron Donald? Because, I mean, they're great players, so I'm pretty sure they ain't getting paid pennies.
And Matthew Stafford's a 1 year. In 2023, he's off the cap right now. So I don't know what they're going to do.
After this year? You know what? He will be. He will be. I forgot about that because they traded him last January with 1 year left on his contract. Yup, he's a free agent after this year.
That's going to be spendy.
So they better hope he wins the Super Bowl because if he does, he'll retire and they ain't got to worry about paying him. But
so they should.
I forgot about that.
Without Matthew Stafford, they won't be, but they won't be hurting as much because that'll be $20 million taken off the cap. But you won't have a quarterback. So yeah,
that's what the draft is for.
What draft? They ain't got a first round pick.
They don't need a first round pick. Like I said,
oh
they
my
got
gosh,
late round picks, they just get a quarterback.
OJ, this is a wash. They're done. They're not going to draft a quarterback that's going to be able to take them to.
That's why it was Super Bowl or bust because they gave up all that for all that.
Exactly.
And if they don't get a ring, it don't mean a thing. Ain't that what the Bull said?
Yeah, they went all in for this year. They put all their chips to the table.
And that's why Joe Bo, as they call him, got off the plane in all white. Like, yeah, I'm about to walk into LA and win this thing.
I don't think so.
Just because you said that, we know it's gonna happen. Because every time you pick a team,
yeah,
unless,
you said that.
Unless it's the Cardinals, then we're gonna win.
I've been right for the last 4 or 5 weeks now.
You got lucky, especially with that San Francisco Rams game. You got lucky.
Hey,
come on!
I got one thing, guys. Now, me and Cliff already talked. I already talked with OJ and Cliff about this. What do y'all think about this new Washington name?
Oh, the Commodore? What, Commanders? Or what were they?
The Commanders.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, it took them 2 years to come up with that BS.
Yes, and I was thinking.
It's the stupidest name.
Yeah.
It doesn't really.
But I guess, tell
them, OJ. Tell them. It has to do with the Generals that's in Washington.
Okay, I understand. But that's stupid, man.
It sounds dumb.
It sounds dumb.
OJ, you said that all the other names was already taken, but those are in different sports. So you're telling me there can't be... No, it has to... Because wasn't the Rams... No, that's the Cardinals. Never mind. I was just thinking that couldn't it be like the Washington Senators of football instead of the Washington Senators of baseball? I mean, are you saying if their name is already taken in a different sport, they can't use it? Is that how that goes?
Well, if they pay them,
confusion.
That's what the copyright laws come in and play.
Yeah, look. That's what it was. It was the Cardinals because remember that The St. Louis Cardinals baseball team,
right?
and the football team used to be there too, right? Until they moved, right?
But you know what? They had the same owner.
Oh,
That's
I
They
why
did.
guess.
that
That's
was.
right. That's right. Yeah.
Whatever. The name is still stupid.
That's still
It
stupid.
is stupid. It sounds like something.
Yeah,
that
OJ, you
5-year-old
lose.
comes up
It's
with.
unanimous. The name is stupid.
It's
Stupid,
stupid.
stupid, stupid,
No.
stupid, stupid.
You know how hard it's going to be for me to say, well, the Washington Commanders.
Commanders, yeah.
Come on now.
Those,
I mean, that's what they got.
the
That's what they-
Commandos.
That's what they were settled
Commandos.
with. It was out of the football team. I think the Wolf Pack or something like that, and the Commanders.
I would have stuck with the football team. That was more
I would have took the Wolfpack.
Right.
Wolfpack. Yeah.
They
I
were
took
better
the
off
Wolfpack.
selling out and just calling them the Bitcoins or something like that. Like, yeah, we just sold out for the money. I don't know what to tell y'all. What do you want us to do? We just sold out for the money. Whoever got the money
That
is
is
going to get
funny.
the team. The U.S. Bank, Washington U.S. banks, whoever. Who's going to give me the dang money for the name?
You know,
I'm good.
they probably should, like I said, they probably settled with the Commanders because it has something to do with DC. Everything has something to do with.
They
all
could
the
have called
good
themselves. They could have called themselves the Washington Cabinets. That name ain't taken.
things. Cap.
Right.
Come on, man.
It ain't no that much worse than the Commanders.
I mean,
Especially if they start losing and they're gonna be
I mean,
commanding.
it sounds better than the Commanders. That's for sure.
They're gonna be commanding some losses.
Yeah.
Man, you ain't commanding much when you're losing.
that's a team that needs a
Mhm.
quarterback, though. They're just a quarterback away.
Mm.
That's where Rodgers should go. Go command the NFC East. It ain't gonna be much better than the NFC North.
Yeah, he ends up beating Dak Prescott a lot too. He could go
Yeah.
over there.
That's true.
He
To
could,
me,
yeah.
I'm sorry, but Dak in these last couple of years, to me, he's regressed. To me, I mean, fourth quarter comebacks. Okay, whoop-de-damn-do. But guess what? You ain't been to no Super Bowl yet. You ain't even been to an NFC Championship.
I hate to say this, but was Jerry Jones right about Dak not paying this dude? I wanted to pay Dak. I wanted to believe it.
He should have thought about that before he gave Elliott all that damn money.
This is true.
I mean, he had to pay that man. That man.
didn't.
No, you
He ain't
cannot.
did.
You
No, he
always
did.
say you
OJ,
don't
shut
pay
up.
him.
Don't say that because he ain't did nothing since he
could've
got that
franchise
money.
tagged him. He could have
What do you
franchise
think? This
tagged
is the
him.
first year that he got the money, and he got him to the playoffs. They
No,
won the division.
this is the second year, OJ, I believe.
No, this is the first
He could
year
have
got
franchise
his money.
tagged him.
Yeah, but this is the first year that he has a multi-year deal.
And guess what? He's multi-year sitting at home watching the Super Bowl.
He should have. They should have. It never works out for a quarterback or for a running back. The only person it's worked out for is Adrian Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well.
That's why he's so great. I mean, he won MVP after getting an ACL injury, MCL tear. So I mean, but other than that, every running back regresses. That's why you always just go back to the draft and draft a new one,
unless your name
and
is
you
Emmitt Smith.
trade for draft picks.
Yeah, Emmitt Smith.
Because Emmitt played till he was almost 40.
Mm-hmm.
That's an eternity for a running back. So, OJ, who would you rather have as your quarterback, Tannehill or Garoppolo?
Both of them gonna give it to the other team, so I don't know.
I'm taking Garoppolo all day. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Both of them, the turnover just waiting to happen.
Garoppolo will win you the game at the end of the game as long as you keep it close.
And Garoppolo makes smarter decisions. He might throw a pick here and there, but Tannehill, he's just, what's that word? Out of control. He just does stupid stuff. That throw at the end of that game against Cincinnati was not even necessary. I mean, they would have lost to the Chiefs anyway, but especially with stuff like that, but still.
I think the word you're looking for, Cliff, is inconsistent.
Yeah, very inconsistent.
When you compare those two, Garoppolo and Tannehill's the inconsistent one.
Where's Garoppolo gonna go though?
I'd like to see him in Pittsburgh myself. They got
that actually is a good fit.
That they got a great run. They got a great running game. They got an excellent defense, and he knows how to manage the game. He damn sure got more arm strength than your boy Big Ben. So I mean, he probably could go to Tampa, pick up Brady's leftovers, but I mean, we don't even know what they're gonna do though. Hey, y'all hear that Prime is getting the Thursday night contract for next year, and the rumor is that they're gonna try to offer Aikman enough money to leave Fox.
Ooh.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I don't know if that's gonna happen.
OJ and Eric, both y'all know money talks.
Money talks, BS walks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Shoot.
That's true.
Aikman a ticket. Shoot.
I got to feed my family. Look, if Fox, I mean, I don't know the logistics of his contract, but if Fox is only giving me $10 million and Amazon's giving me 20, guess where I'm going?
Right. That's without hesitation.
That's why all these
Sign me
people
up, boss.
that's why all these people keep leaving ESPN, because Fox is giving them more money.
Right.
The USFL is supposed to be kicking off, huh?
If it ain't the NFL, I am not watching it.
Don't watch it.
I did watch a few arena football games though.
Hockey's out too, right?
No, they're still in.
No,
I
they're
seen
back.
a coach get fired the other day though, because they only won 8 games. I forgot. I think it was the one of them Canadian teams.
But the USFL starts in April too.
But ask Tony. After tournaments, we would sleep until noon, get up and eat my mom's breakfast, and go to the living room and watch football. That's all our weekend consisted of. Our tournament Saturday, football on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I like that they had a game on Tuesday night. They need to keep that. We have a game on Monday and Tuesday night. Take a break and have another one on Thursday, and then come back on Sunday. I like football that much during the week. They need to do that again.
Yeah, Marty can do it every day. I don't care. Do a game every day, not have all the games on Sunday. Just have enough games to get through the day. All I need is enough games to get through the day.
We got to leave Friday and Saturday open for college. The Nets and the 76ers need to get off their high horse. Ben for James straight up. Period. Before I was against it because Simmons is like 7 years younger, but just get that dude off the team and get somebody on the team that's going to play. Period.
And you're not giving up so many assets either. Like, it's not like you're giving up. Ben Simmons ain't playing, and Nets, you're not making the Nets better because they giving up a star, and you think they think it might work. It probably won't.
And based on the fact that the NBA draft has been so watered down the last couple of years, give them a second-round draft pick just to sweeten the deal. I mean, Ben Simmons and a second-round pick, and give us Harden, and just be done with it.
Yep. I definitely do that. I'd be as desperate to come off of Ben Simmons as the Lakers to come off of dang Westbrook. I mean, I don't understand.
All right, for me and the boys here at Sports Talk Coast to Coast, thanks for joining us.